The film begins with a picturesque view of Yamanashi, and the scenes immediately shift to the waiting area of a doctor's clinic, swarmed with patients. Some of them are recurring patients. It's revealed that there's a flu outbreak in the city. The patient inside the doctor's room is getting a flu shot by the nurse. The doctor recommends watching out for his symptoms and that the shot would do the trick. He writes him a prescription for the entire week. The next patient who walks inside has the flu too. Apparently, that year's flu breakout is bigger than ever. This man who just got his shot gets dropped off the lab. He's Nobu, a lab technician battling the flu just like any other person in the city. Nobody decides to go back to the lab despite the fever because he doesn't have anything to do back at home, and no one is there to take care of him either. Nobu's colleague warns that he might set off the Biocon alarm if he sneezes too much and suggests testing out the company's over the counter cold medication. Maybe take them all at once. Nobody has been taking them, but they are not helping. Another colleague suggests he should try the new medication the company is working on, since its samples are present at the chief's desk, who blue pills in the red bottle should take care of the flu. Nobu pays a visit to the chief's office to show him some papers, but he doesn't find him there. Desperately trying to get some relief, he tries to find those pills. He reaches for the blue bottle since it says samples and decides to take just one of those red pills. Yeah, you may have taken the wrong ones. Two girls are having a chat when they smell something like perfume. The chief comes out of his office into the hall and starts yelling. He has found out that someone has stolen the red pills. The same colleague who suggested nobody take the pills ended up revealing that Nobu went inside the office and took some of the samples. Upon hearing this, the chief gets even more furious and asks where Nobu is. They say that he wasn't feeling well, so he went to the reception to take a nap. The chief reveals that it wasn't fever medication and rushes to the reception to see how Nobu is doing. Others can smell something unusual also. Nobu wakes up from a slumber feeling refreshed and notices like it's morning and nobody woke him up. He steps into the hallway to check and find one of the girls sleeping on a desk. Oh no, it looks like she's dead. And it's not just her, everyone in the lab is dead. Even the rats in the cages panicked by the sight. He calls an ambulance. He enters the chief's room and finds out that he's also dead. It looks like the chief turned off the Biocon alarm, but why would he do that? Nobu turns on the alarm and learns that an incident that happened. He's connected to a video conference with some folks who thought they related to the chief and are surprised to see someone else on the screen. They are asking for Armada, the person in charge. The webcam rotates and the people on the other end on the line are stunned to find the boss on the floor. Nobu tells the man that everyone in the faculty has ended up like this and he's not quite sure when all of this happened and for how long. Nobody gets yelled up for calling the police. In the ambulance, none of them have shown up in this time, though he is asked to find a medication and certain papers and bring them to the Tokyo headquarters. The man behind the screen is Goichi Ninasaki, the head of a new medicine development. He is also instructed not to give the medicine and papers to anyone but him and tells him to keep the accident discreet and to not tell anyone that he works for the company. Since all of this has something to do with the pills, the government can't know anything about that mission, which is why he must find the papers and medicine samples and get out of the lab before the police finds him. The pills happen to be part of a biological weapon program being developed for the government. While people are dying, there's a strange view outside. Cherry blossoms and sunflowers have bloomed at the same time. All plants in Tofu City are blooming. The helicopter with a bunch of reporters in the air is able to spot a survivor. It's none other than Nobu swinging a flag to get their attention. As soon as they approach him, the repelling smell gets to them and they fall down. Nobu, unaware of what's happening, uses the camera to call for help. Gurmada, the president of Nishibashi Pharmacy and the head of the development, Nirazaki, explains everything to the Japanese military and that they are trying to get the data from Chief Umada's computer to figure out how potent the pill is. The wind carrying the odor is spreading. The authorities think it's a poisonous gas, but they have yet to determine what's causing it. It takes a while for Kamada and Nirazaki to figure out that the only survivor, Nobu, is the cause of the gas. The men from the military spot Nobu and try to approach him to rescue him, but they die from the odor too. It's clear to everyone that Nobu is the sting bomb. The officials quickly withdraw from the scene. No boy's family sees him on TV asking for help. The head of the research company, on the other hand, deduced that Nobu took the pill and now he's a big threat to everyone. The sweat produced by his body due to the overwhelming emotions and body movement is the reason why he stinks. The military wants him dead, but others who invested in the research want him alive. Dozens of tanks, helicopters, and fighter jets chase after Nobu. His grandmother speaks on a loudspeaker from the helicopter and tells him not to go to Tokyo. Then suddenly one of the soldiers shoots at Nobu after trying to escape. He gets attacked by a huge number of fighter jet, tanks, and even battleships. The missiles destroy roads, bridges, and even house. He's on a scooter and oddly enough he dodges all of the attacks effortlessly. It turns out that the chemicals on Nobu's Oda are causing interference on the targeting systems. The rockets start going in the wrong direction, so the military's plan to kill Nobu goes south. Orders are given to evacuate Tokyo. At this point, there's chaos throughout the city. The traffic is jammed, the airports are crowded, and the Prime Minister is planning to release a statement asking the UN to help Karmater and Nirazaki are ordered to escape from the scene. The US military, who have been watching the situation up to the point, takes over the mission and sends in a NASA squad, 3 soldiers in superpower spacesuits to try to catch Nobu, who they want alive. NASA's latest spacesuit is a prototype which can repel electromagnetic radiations and can help capture Nobu alive. Nobu's scooter given up and he can't figure out why he's so hungry. All the time, unaware of the mission, the Japanese army destroys a section of the bridge to prevent Nobu from fleeing, locking him in a tunnel while using liquid nitrogen wind repulsion devices to try to freeze him. Meanwhile, the NASA squad wearing the prototype suits arrive at the scene and try to approach the sting bomb. Nobu is frightened to see these men, but at this point he's got nowhere to run. They manage to put him successfully inside the isolation bag and drag him back to the military headquarters in Tokyo. The NASA soldiers bring the suitcase full of documents and the sample appeals to Mr. Nirazaki. After the soldier presses the button on his suit and one of the protective layers of the helmet is removed. They find out that the person inside the suit is Nobu and he is still completely unaware of the fact that he is the cause of the biological pollution. He ejects himself out of the exosuit, killing everybody in the facility. Well, this is the end, and I know this left us with so many questions that why did nobody make it all the way to the command center without anybody noticing him, or why didn't they make him take off the costume before letting him in, or at the very least remove the tint. But it is the end of the video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe this channel. Till then, goodbye, see you and sayonara.